I am the first to sympathize with Laura's very unfortunate situation. She is a lovely young woman, and she should be living her life surrounded by friends and family. But it is unacceptable for you to throw your love for Laura in Tracy's face.
Daddy, I'm touched. I'm touched by your belated concern, but it's misplaced. You see, Luke and I have come to understand each other, and we accept each other's baggage, and I actually genuinely appreciate the deep emotion that lies beneath his feeble attempt at expressing terms of endearment.
And I hear nothing but fairy music of the nymphs whenever you screech my name from across the house.
And I cannot stand this foolishness. But we have much bigger fish to fry today. I'm only asking that the two of you behave yourselves and show some respect when Alan's will is read.
Of course.
We wouldn't do anything else. So, who's your daddy?
The rest of your love? Do you stay up late at night thinking of ways to humiliate me?
Come on, I had to do something to throw the old dog off our scent. Give me a little credit for thinking on my feet.
By using Laura? Isn't that sacrilegious?
Oh, I have work to do on Alan's will.
Okay, well, wait. Just remember everything I said. Make sure everybody gets the right thing, you know, like you said.
Just take it easy, Buttercup. You'll get what you deserve.
Dad gave me this necklace. Would you mind helping me put it on?
Of course. I remember he gave you this after your first rotation at the hospital, right?
Yeah.
You gonna be okay today?
Well, yeah. You know, what choice do I have? Somebody has to keep a level head.
Yeah, thanks.
I can already predict what's going to happen, Nikolas. The family's going to mill around drinking, tension so thick he can cut it with a knife. Then we're going to sit down to hear my father's will, and no matter what he leaves to whom, it's going to precipitate a huge fight, and before the lawyer's even out the door, everybody's going to be going for jugulars.
There you go. Well, honestly, the only people that I can see who actually would contest the will would be, well, of course, Tracy and Edward, but, well, maybe Ned. Okay, Monica, too, but that would only be because, I'm sorry, I'm not really helping this.
You know, it's not the fighting that I'm dreading. I'm certainly used to that by now. It's that this is going to be the first Quartermaine free-for-all without my dad. I don't know, just somehow I can't imagine. Intellectually, I know that the pain will lessen with time. But I can't wrap my heart around the fact that he's gone. And he's never going to come back.
I want to thank you for keeping peace at Alan's memorial service. That soft spot you have for me pays off once in a while, huh?
Don't make the mistake of thinking I chose a side. I was just trying to keep you and Luke from drawing blood. Because, you know, the last thing the Quartermaines needed was the two of you tearing up the place.
Yeah, it's tough for them. I know what it's like to pack somebody's things up and put their whole life away.
Yeah, you know, truthfully, I'm worried about Monica. She's devastated, and she's not wanting to look at it. You know, she's plowing through her life like everything's normal. I mean, they're reading Alan's will today. She came into work.
Well, I hope my presence there at the service didn't upset her any further.
Where would it?
Well, you know, sometimes a face from the past shows up in a traumatic situation like that. You know, things can get a little skewy. And she didn't say anything, did she?
Such as?
Well, you know, I guess she's got a lot of things in her mind right now with the reading of the will and, squabbling over all the money and stuff.
Let's hope it's only money.
What does that mean?
You know Alan. And you know the way he always loved to have the last word. And I wouldn't be surprised if he left a long laundry list of people who crossed him and exactly how he wanted them to pay.
Stories of death.
Yes?
It's all handled, my love.
What is he doing here?
Oh, Mr. Jacks, this is the reading of my son's last will and testament, and I won't have you corporate rating his assets.
Well, I'm here at the request of Alan's attorney. Apparently I'm mentioned in the will.
I tore through the will so fast, I didn't see the name Jax. Did you change whatever?
I'll find it. Why are you here? What could Alan's posthumous wishes possibly have to do with you? You got no business in this town, let alone this house.
Listen, Spencer, you might want to oil that squeaky wheel in your head. Before baby Jason was put into the bosom of the Quartermaine, I was his guardian. Alan probably remembers that, and he wants to show me a little gratitude.
No, he didn't.
What are you, Kreskin? They haven't even read the will yet.
Nobody wants you here, Baldwin.
I don't see any harm in letting them stay.
That's because you don't know him.
Let it go, Luke, please. I'm not in the mood for a scene right now.
I'd like to know Scott's real reason for being here. If we let him stay, then maybe all will be revealed.
Well, anything to get this over with. All right, let's go.
I, Alan Quartermaine, being of sound mind...
Get to the meat of it. Go.
All right. Alan left generous donations to various AIDS charities, as well as the La Mesa Wellness Community for women with breast cancer. As for the personal bequests, to Alice Gunderson, our loyal housekeeper, $75,000.
What? That's got to be a mistake. I second that.
No, it's right here in black and white. Shall I continue?
Please do.
To my brother-in-law, Luke Spencer, for enduring the particular hell that is my sister, $250,000.
Oh, this is absurd.
$250,000?
Not nearly enough, if you ask me.
Nobody did.
I really don't know what to say. I'm deeply touched.
Are we sure that Alan was of sound mind?
No, of course he wasn't. Sound mind. What else is in this ridiculous will?
Alan left an inheritance in trust for his grandson, Michael Corinthos. But since he, quote, doesn't trust the boy's shady parents, he's named Jasper Jacks as Michael's trustee.
Instead of one of us? Oh, that's really wonderful.
To my nephew Ned, I leave my box seats at Wimbledon and the U.S. Open, on the condition he never share them with Monica.
Not much for grudges, was it?
To my nephew Dillon, I leave my cherished home movies. If anyone can edit them into something remotely interesting, I know it's you. To my daughter Skye, I leave my mother's ruby earrings because I know she loved them. But since Skye is now being provided for by Lorenzo Alcazar, any monetary endowment from me would be redundant.
Well, finally something we can all agree on.
To my son Jason, I leave the engraved signet ring my father gave to me. You don't have to wear it, just keep it. Maybe pass it on to your own son one day. And since you're gainfully employed as a gangster, you don't need any monetary endowment from me either.
What is the date of that will?
The last codicil is 2 months ago.
I thought Dad felt closer to Jason.
No, he could never accept Jason's chosen profession. It was like a dagger right to his heart.
Well, Alan probably knew that Jason wouldn't want the money anyway. Please, continue.
To my beautiful wife, Monica, words or material goods can't begin to express the depth of my love for you, so all my personal possessions will have to do, with the exception of my med school diploma, which I'd like my father to have. I know he'll find it a great source of pride.
Is Ellen's idea of a joke?
To my daughter Emily, I leave my mother's diamond necklace. I'd also like Emily to have my stethoscope. She's earned it. But since Emily lives with a Cassadine, she doesn't need monetary endowment from me. And finally, to my beloved sister Tracy, I bequeath the rest of my estate, including all of my bankable funds and ELQ stock.
Oh, that does it. That will is a fake. That will is a farce. Now, Alan may have resented me, but certainly not enough to leave me his worthless diploma and nothing else.
And he never would have cut Emily out of his will, no matter who she was living with.
Tracy made out like a bandit.
So, spill it, Mom. How'd you do it?
How'd I do what, sweetheart?
Don't even try to act innocent. We all get overlooked, and you, of all people, end up with the lion's share of Alan's fortune?
That's preposterous.
Admit it, Tracy. You cheated this family and your brother's memory.
You and that reprobate who helped you managed to take all of the money that should have been ours.
Well, excuse me, but Alice got $75,000, which will keep her in wrestling trunks for the rest of her life, and nobody's accusing her.
Alan's will was safe in my law office. There's a record of it in the firm's computer.
Well, I don't care. It's as phony as a $3 bill.
Why don't you listen to the lawyers that Alan hired?
Oh, for God's sake, stop it! We just heard my father's will. Anybody who doesn't like it, too bad. This is what he wanted. I accept his wishes. Dad knew that I'd much rather have something of grandmother's than money, and he knew that Jason and Skye don't need money either.
Well, then how do you explain his asinine bequest to Tracy?
Tracy was Dad's sister. He knew that all she's ever really wanted was respect for her business sense and a say in ELQ. You never willingly gave her either of those things, so Dad did. End of story. Let it rest.
So how'd it go?
Tracy forged the will.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, I wasn't surprised. Just like I wasn't surprised when my family started battling right in front of the lawyer.
Just like you predicted. I'm sorry.
No, don't be. You know, a funny thing happened. When the fighting started, it was almost as if my dad was in the room, just cheering them on. I stood there, sort of taking it all in, and suddenly it was like I could just feel him nudging me to join the fray. You know, to jump right in there and just shut them all up. And it's the same scenario I've lived a million times, but it was like he was saying, keep the traditions alive, you know? Keep fighting, keep living, keep loving. So that's what I'm going to promote.
Sounds good to me.
In the meantime, there's something I need from you.
You name it.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Tracy. By forging Alan's will, you ruined his last chance to say goodbye.
Accentuate the positive, Dr. Quartermaine. You got to keep the house.
Oh, please.
You know, only Alan would be incompetent enough to choose a law firm so that you and Luke could breach the security and wreak havoc on this family. You know something? You never cease to disappoint me, Tracy.
Well, I am going to reserve judgment. I choose to believe that you would never stoop so low as to subvert Alan's dying wishes. Because, of course, if you did, I would never be able to speak to you again.
Well, I guess it's my turn. Good role model, Mom. Blood money, cool.
Wait a minute. This is not guilt, I see, is it?
Why should I be guilty? I'm the big winner.
Wife, you are the big winner in my eyes. ELQ stock or not. What?
Shame, Tracy. You should be ashamed of yourself.